Once upon a time in the village of Anomabo, there lived a man named Kwaku and his wife, Adua. Adua was known for her beauty, but behind her smile lurked a wicked heart. Kwaku loved Adua dearly and worked hard to provide for their family. He owned a farm and a small shop that brought them a comfortable living. However, Adua was never satisfied and craved more wealth and power. One day, Adua came up with a devious plan to steal money from Kwaku. She snuck into his belongings and took coins from his savings, hoping to buy expensive jewelry and clothes for herself. Kwaku noticed the missing money but couldn't believe that his wife could do such a thing. He confronted Adua, but she denied everything, leading to a heated argument that shook their home. As Adua's greed grew, she began to sell off Kwaku's farm animals and shop goods without his knowledge. Kwaku struggled to make ends meet as his wealth dwindled, unable to understand why his once loving wife had turned against him. One day, Kwaku returned home to find his property being sold off by Adua. He was furious and demanded answers, but Adua only laughed in his face, reveling in her deceitful actions. The tension between Kwaku and Adua escalated into daily fights, with Adua becoming cruel and heartless, even going as far as serving Kwaku an empty bowl at mealtimes. As the village whispered about the wicked wife, rumors reached the ears of the princess, Nana. Determined to uncover the truth, Princess Nana confronted Adua, demanding an explanation for her actions. Adua, filled with rage and pride, insulted the princess, leading to a public altercation that ended in Adua's arrest by the royal guards. The villagers watched in shock as Adua was taken away in chains, her once proud demeanor now replaced with shame and regret. Kwaku stood silently, feeling a mix of emotions, hurt, betrayal, and perhaps a glimmer of relief that the truth had finally come to light. Princess Nana, with her keen intuition and compassion, took pity on Kwaku and offered him a place to stay in the palace until he could rebuild his life. Kwaku, grateful for the princess's kindness, accepted the offer and began to heal from the wounds inflicted by his wicked wife. However, as days passed, whispers of Adua's ill deeds spread throughout the village, tarnishing Kwaku's reputation and casting a shadow of doubt on his innocence. Despite Princess Nana's efforts to defend him, the villagers remained skeptical of Kwaku's involvement in Adua's crimes. Meanwhile, Adua awaited her trial in the village court, where she would have to answer for her crimes and face the consequences of her wicked actions. The villagers braced themselves for the truth to be revealed and for justice to be served. As the day of the trial drew near, tensions ran high in the village of Akua, with everyone waiting to see how the events would unfold and what fate awaited the wicked wife, Adua. On the day of the trial, the village square was filled with curious onlookers eager to witness the proceedings. Adua stood before the village elders, her head bowed in shame, as the accusations against her were laid out for all to hear. Kwaku sat quietly among the crowd, his heart heavy with a mix of emotions, anger towards his wife for betraying him, sadness for the love that was lost, and a glimmer of hope for justice to prevail. Princess Nana presided over the trial, her wise eyes scanning the gathered faces, seeking the truth amidst the tangled web of lies and deceit spun by the wicked wife, Adua. As witness after witness came forward to testify against Adua, the extent of her treachery was laid bare for all to see. The villagers gasped in disbelief at the depth of Adua's greed and malice, and Kwaku's innocence shone brighter with each revelation. Despite the mounting evidence against her, Adua stubbornly clung to her lies, refusing to admit her guilt and pleading innocence with the crafty charm that had once captivated the village. Princess Nana listened attentively, her presence emanating authority and fairness, as she prepared to deliver a final judgment that would determine the fate of the wicked wife, Adwa. As the trial reached its climax, Princess Nana raised her hand for silence, her gaze stern yet compassionate as she addressed the gathered villagers. Adwa, wife of Kwaku, you stand accused of deceit, theft, and betrayal against your husband and the people of our village, Princess Nana began, her voice commanding attention. Your actions have caused harm and division, sowing seeds of mistrust where there was once love and harmony. Adwa hung her head in shame, the weight of her misdeeds crushing down upon her as she realized the consequences of her wicked choices. Princess Nana continued, the path you have chosen has led you astray, but it is never too late to seek redemption and make amends for the wrongs you have committed. With a firm but fair hand, Princess Nana announced that Adwa would be banished from the village but granted a chance at redemption through honorable work and sincere repentance. As Adwa was led away to begin her journey of redemption, the villagers sighed in relief, grateful that justice had been served and hopeful that peace would once again reign in the village of Akua. Kwaku, now free from the grip of his wicked wife, found solace in the kindness and support of Princess Nana and the villagers. With time, he rebuilt his life and his heart, finding joy and happiness once more in the loving embrace of his community. And so, the tale of the wicked wife, Adwa, served as a reminder of the consequences of greed and betrayal, but also of the power of forgiveness and redemption that could mend even the deepest wounds of the heart. The village of Anomabo moved forward, stronger and more united, guided by the lessons learned from the trials and tribulations they had overcome.